So, Carlos, who and or what is important to you?
Who and who and what? So, who would be my community? Because one, I do have to make me important. Because if I do not make me important, I can't stand up and be the person I need to be for the community. So it'd be first God, me, my community.
Hi, and welcome to another edition of King Press Thursday, the series where we highlight and uplift Black men because, frankly, not too many people are doing it. My name is Val Gay, and I'm super excited to bring this brother to you today. Let's see. He is an artist, he is an author, and he spent 13 years incarcerated. But he's an artist and he's an author, and he is here with us today. And his name is Mr. Carlos Walker. Hey, Carlos, how are you?
How you doing?
I'm
And thank you for allowing me to be on your platform.
Absolutely. Thank you for being on this platform. I'm so glad that you are here. And you and your story and what you will have to say helps us to put a wedge in the narrow and very myopic portrayal of Black men. We see just very limited stories around Black men, and we know Black men come in all shapes, sizes, if you will, and do a lot of things. And most folks are doing the right thing. And even if there was a point when they weren't, a lot of people turn their lives around. And so I'm so grateful that you are here because ultimately, my goal is for a young king who may or may not have positive Black male role models to come to this repository of the same 6 questions that I'm asking everyone and hear all these different answers and hopefully find guidance there. And then for the rest of us who are neither male or even Black, for us to be able to look at this repository and see and hear um, things that will change our minds. And so I'm so grateful that you're here. And I want to get started with the first question, which is, what does manhood mean to you?
So when I think about that question, I try to not think from my standpoint and what I knew, but what I know now about what God says about us. And that is to basically be a leader, to be a provider, but to one, be a servant. Because a man is really a servant to his family, to his community, to these things that are around him. So really, it's to be of service.
Mm. Got it. Awesome. Thank you so much. So, Carlos, who and or what is important to you?
Who and who and what? So who would be my community? Because one, I do have to make me important. Because if I do not make me important, I can't stand up and be the person I need to be for the community. So it'd be first God, me, my community. Because if I do not put the first two first, then I can't be there for the community like I need to be.
Yeah, yeah. I hear that. Thank you. Thank you. So, Carlos, how do you want us to see you?
Ah, as Christ was saying. So I try to lead with love, and I try to make sure that I give it to everybody that I meet because I learned something. There's a saying that says, if you drink poison and expect somebody else to die, basically you're pretty much crazy because you gonna die. But with love, if you give what you want, which all of us want to be loved in some form, what happens if you give it to everybody, it also returns back to you.
Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. That's awesome. Excellent. Thank you. So question 4, Carlos, is what is your epic dream?
Oh, that's kind of huge. Uh, the epic dream. To see or to leave empty. So my brother, he painted this picture for me. And he said that I think he had heard it somewhere, but imagine you being in a room in heaven, and there's this room, and all of the writing is on the wall, and you ask God, "What is the writing?" And God says, "That's all the stuff you could have done." And I don't want nothing to be on in my room when I leave. So there's a lot of things that are in me that I'm accomplishing and that I am going to accomplish. And I want to make sure that when I leave here, I've done everything God has called me to do. That would be my epic dream.
That's beautiful. That's really beautiful. Awesome. Well, you've been answering question 5 implicitly all along, but I'm going to ask you explicitly, Mr. Carlos Walker, who are you?
An inspirator. I inspire. I think God has called me to be an inspiration to many, while many also do the same thing for me. But I'm an inspiration.
Got it. That's awesome. Excellent. So here we are already at question 6, which is there anything that I should have asked you that I didn't, or you wanted me to ask you that I didn't? In other words, what did I miss?
Hmm. I don't think you really missed that. I think everything that you asked, it sums up what and who I am.
That's awesome. Excellent. Well, I'm so grateful that you were here and just how patient you were with this interview to finally get to this interview. I'm so grateful for you. And I just honor you, my king. I do pray that your epic dream comes true. And I usually say sooner rather than later. But in your case, I hope your epic dream really doesn't come true for quite a long time because you have a lot to do and we need you in this world. But when it is your time, I pray that your dream will be fulfilled and that you will leave here empty, having watered the rest of us with all of the gifts that you've been given. And so I'm so grateful for you. And so thank you so much for being here today.
It's an honor. I am more than grateful to have had the opportunity. I think it was my friend from Philly. What is it? Is it Dr. Cameron?
Yes.
Yes, who actually introduced us, and I am appreciative of him for the books that he have written, for the things and the people that he know, because this is how this happened. God knows how to utilize people to get you where you need to be. You
Absolutely.
just got to know how to use what you know to stay in the room.
You are absolutely right about that. I so appreciate everything that you just said. And I agree that, there's some people that they pray to be the hands and feet of God, of Jesus, if you will. And, you know, we all have the ability to help others, right? Like, we can be that change that we want to see in doing that work, in the work that we believe is the right work for our communities. And I'm just so grateful that you're here. And I want you to stay right there because I want to thank the audience for joining us today. I really hope that you enjoyed this conversation as much as I did. And if there's a positive, successful Black man in your life who you want to see highlighted in this forum, please click the link below in my bio, fill out the nomination form, and we'll take it from there. I often say that success does not equal what a man does for a living. I really don't care. I have a caveat. As long as it's legal and as long as it's not hurting anyone. Other than that, I don't care. And I'm really appreciative of Carlos Walker today, because he is also proof that even if you do, for whatever reason, you end up in a place where perhaps you don't want to be, or perhaps you've made mistakes, that there's always an opportunity to turn your life around, and then you can still have an impact and have your life be impactful, and that you can fulfill the potential that you were enabled with by our creator. And so I am grateful for all the people who have nominated the amazing brothers that we've seen, just like Mr. Carlos Walker here today, who I just met. And thank you, Dr. Cameron, for making sure that that happened. I'm so grateful. And again, just stay with us as we continue to build out this repository. And so
And
in the meantime, please remember to stay tuned next week for yet another amazing king. And remember to spread love and have a great day. Thank you
can
so
I
much.
add one more thing before we go?
Yes, absolutely. Please.
So, being that you wanted to make sure that people know, I guess, or be inspired, I want to share what God has allowed me to do real quick.
Sure.
So, since I'm at home, because I did do 13 years in prison, my artwork has now been at the World Trade Center 3 years in a row. I've exhibited in DC twice, Baltimore twice, Florida, Georgia, Philly twice. I've sold over 11,650 copies of my book. The first book I wrote, and 11,300 been hand to hand and signed every one of them. That was all God.
That's amazing. That is amazing. And that is absolutely inspiring. I'm so honored that you're here with us today. And I am leaving this conversation inspired. I really appreciate you. And I just pray that God will bless you and continue your work as you continue to spread the message, and just, keep doing your thing. Keep doing your thing. Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate you. Thank you.